don't lose sight of the future, but don't ignore the past. Don't ignore the history that led up to where you are today so that you can plan and strategize for the future. And I really want to emphasize that because if people don't understand and don't have a knowledge of how we got to where we are today in terms of social justice in particular, and the steps that we took forward and backwards, the things that worked and didn't work, then we will genuinely be repeating the past mistakes. And just because we know the past doesn't mean that that's the only way to go, but at least it gives you a starting space. Because as we go forward, the environment changes, the cast of character changes, but it just gives you a broader repertoire. For example, people have 30-second attention spans now because of TV. I mean, if you take that as a kind of a, okay, how am I going to capture somebody's attention about issues of social justice? That will inform you on how you might want to give the message. But if you look at what kind of messages have clicked in the past, that can help you figure out what you might want to say. So you have that combination. You know, you say, okay, here are the key things. Here are the things that still continue to be issues. And are we making any progress? Now, how do you send that message out? So that would be one thing that I would tell, want to say. And don't be discouraged. Expect to be discouraged, but don't keep that discouragement as if it were cast in concrete and etched in stone. There's nothing we do in life that doesn't have some discouragement, and sometimes I think it's kind of programmed to make us stop, pause, reflect, and take a breath and rejuvenate sometimes. It isn't all negative to be discouraged if you think of it as giving yourself a chance to say, how could I do this differently? I've kind of survived on that because there have been a lot of discouraging moments in this kind of work. Because you work so hard thinking something is going to happen, and it doesn't. For a whole variety of reasons. And then when it doesn't, the other thing is when things don't always seem to be going your way, don't take it as a personal failing. But just try to look at, let's talk to somebody else and maybe they've got a different idea of how we can approach this. So be responsible, but that doesn't mean that you have to take the burdens of the world upon you. Because then that builds into questioning, self-doubt, questioning your ability to move forward. And we don't need any extra help to do that. That just sort of comes with the territory.